All right, thanks for tuning in to Leading Forecast. I'm Joseph Cooper. We got a lot to talk about, so we're going to get on over to the maps here today. Surface map here, you can see we do have some clouds overspreading the central portion of the nation here from the Great Lakes all the way down into the Great Plains, and those are bringing some scattered showers and even some severe weather up into the parts of Michigan, and we'll show you that here in just a second. In fact, you can see the severe thunderstorm watch up here. As far as other national watches and warnings, not too much going on. We do have some heat advisories down across the southern portions of the United States, across Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, places like that. Here's that severe thunderstorm watch that's in across Michigan here. That's going to run until 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, with some of those thunderstorms that are going across there, producing some damaging winds and some hail. Here we go. Severe risk today. Slight risk northern Indiana, southern Michigan. And we do have a slight risk also down across southwestern portions of Missouri and northwestern portions of Arkansas. Again, damaging winds and maybe a little bit of hail. Tomorrow, slight risk. It does shift off to the east coast here with the C-text. We end up seeing something probably a little bit like this tomorrow. And then a C-text back out across the northern plains, where we've been seeing severe weather over the past week or two kind of break out across Nebraska, the Dakotas, and eastern Wyoming. And then your day 3 outlook, C-text, not much going on. C-text here and C-text out across the Central Plains. Here's the forecast model. This is by later on this afternoon. Front dragging down across the central portions of the nation. That's where we're seeing those rain and thunderstorms develop here. And again, that severe weather up across Michigan. And then you can see more potential storms down across Missouri, where we do have the other slight risk. Tomorrow, front starts to work its way off across the eastern portion of the nation, off to the eastern seaboard, and back here's where we have that severe risk tomorrow. And then as we get into Monday, here comes kind of a little bit of a low coming out of the desert southwest, and that's going to shoot up, and that's where we could see that C-text out here, with the big high pressure system sitting off on the east coast. The big story, we're going to go ahead and skip that model since it's not needed. Big story is going to be the tropics right now, and that's kind of why I was trying to hurry through that. Here's your systems. Here's a tropical storm here. Here's a tropical low trying to get really formed here. There's no center of low pressure as of right now, but the hurricane center saying 90% chance of formation within the next 48 hours. So here, the next couple of days, we'll probably see some kind of a system out there that's rotating, or spinning, I should say. And there's your next system that's going to be coming through. And of course, there's more systems back here off into the Africa, on the African coast. Going on over, this is the water vapor map, and I wanted to show you this. This has, you can see a lot of water vapor out here. And here's your tropical storm. But here's the next thing we're watching. This thing has already got a lot of cloud cover, really starting to get some good convection going on. And this thing, this thing's really coming into some very, very moist air. All these whites and grays that you see all through here, that's moisture in the atmosphere. We do have some of the darker colors there is dry air, but this thing's going to be coming up through here, and that is running into moist air, and so we're not going to see dry air sucking the energy out of it, which is the good news. Going on over to the hurricane models, this is the GFS. This is by the time we get into tomorrow. Here's your system showing the low right there. This thing's getting going down to the southeast of the Dominican Republic and Haiti. By the time we get into Tuesday, here it is down here to the south of Cuba, really trying to get its act together. By the time we get into Thursday, this thing brings it actually up through Cuba, just off to pretty much the Florida Everglades, bringing it as a hurricane probably, or as it approaches the Everglades, and then rides right up the western peninsula of Florida, places like St. Petersburg, Tampa, and have that area, and maybe even up towards Tallahassee eventually. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But a lot of rain, big time flash flooding threat will be for the Florida Peninsula here if it should choose to go that direction. Here's the ensemble models as of right now, bringing it anywhere from, up through here to, out through here. The thing I think we're probably going to see it turn and go out through this area. I think probably this area out through here is going to be your main area to watch here over the next few days. Your historical storm track here usually puts it out through that area. This is what we're going to be watching. This high pressure system that's actually setting up here, the that's going to really kind of guide this system and where it's going to go. And so, depending on whether the high pressure builds, dissipates, etc., it's really going to decide where this storm goes. So, we have a lot of different factors still weighing in, still pretty far out. Technically, this thing could go anywhere from, Biloxi to Jacksonville to Savannah. So we'll just have to wait and see. A lot of time still left. We still have almost a week left before this thing could potentially make landfall. And potentially, depending on where it goes, it could be more than a week. So anyways, that's really all we have for the day. So just keep an eye if you're in the southeastern portion of the United States along the coast. Keep an eye on the potential tropical situation all this week. I'm sure it's going to be making headlines pretty soon because it could be potentially an intense hurricane. So that's all we have. You can view this on thedailyforecast.net or swiftchaseteam.com. Have a great weekend.